Welcome back for another video. Short and sweet today as we look at which players will perform best in Gameweek 38. Historically, always a very high scoring game week, so there's lots of fun opportunities for one game week. This video has been sponsored by SoRare, which I highly recommend playing even for one game week to learn the ropes for next season. And the beauty of SoRare is that unlike FPL, you can pick a team for other leagues around the world, many of which will continue once the Premier League's finished. For the final game week, I've brought in Saka and I'm captain and Salah. You can win cards every week worth a fortune. Click the link below to play for free and to auto join our league. Starting off with the goalkeepers, and I know some of you are looking at a less inspired goalkeeper transfer. Nonetheless, we will keep the goalies quick. Pickford tops the projections with 4 points. Heading into the final match day, it's very simple. Everton need a result to guarantee their survival in the Premier League. They're up against Bournemouth, who on the other hand have nothing to play for at this point. They've done their job and they stay up. So certainly Everton motivation will be far higher and he's the standout goalkeeper. Arsenal were home to Wolves, with Ramsdale projected 3.9 and Alisson and De Gea marginally behind on 3.8 each. There's extremely little between the top 4 here, so if there's one you fancy over the others, don't be afraid to back them. Moving on to the defenders, and it's Trent top as we round off the season. We've come full circle where Trent was top for the Fulham game back in Gameweek 1. If you've got room for a defender transfer and the cash for Trent, he is the one, projected 4.8 points. Two defenders that were nowhere near the top Gameweek 1 projections are Mina and Tarkowski for the Bournemouth fixture we discussed. If you're tight on money, these two are affordable for any team, Mina for 4.3 mil and Tarkowski for 4.1 mil. Both carry attacking threat and set pieces, and Mina was on the score sheet last game week as well. With Zinchenko out for the season, Tierney has moved into the table here with 3.7 points. However, he was benched last match in favour of Xhaka, so I'd back one of the others if you are moving for an Arsenal defender. On to the midfielders, and Salah's top in the league for projected points this week with 7.1. Liverpool are away to already relegated Southampton, so this one could have loads of goals. With all 10 games kicking off at the same time, there's a fair chance of some early news. If for example we hit that Haaland doesn't start, then Salah's the stand-up captain. If you're chasing, then he is regardless. My gut feeling is that the Wolves game will have loads of goals for Arsenal. Saka, Ødegaard and Trossard all in the top projections. Trossard the cheapest of the lot, and he has been getting starts again with Martinelli out for the season, only 6.6 mil and a high ceiling. Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest, another potentially high scoring game. It's a dead rubber game with nothing to play for on either side. Therefore it's the sort of match where the players will go out there and just enjoy themselves, at the expense of clean sheets, potentially lots of goals. So Eze has emerged as a 1 week punt for 5.6 mil. 10 goals and 5 assists this season, just received his first England call-up, only 5.6 mil and they're home to Forest. On top of that, Brighton have sealed European football and they're away to Villa, who are still fighting for their spot. So McAllister or Mitoma out for Eze is one move to consider. Just bear in mind it is punt territory and don't expect a guaranteed haul. Onto the forwards, and again if there happens to be news of a Haaland benching, then the Kane transfer makes itself. Credit to Kane as we close the season off. He's returned in more games than Haaland, he's had his best FPL season ever. Picking up premiums next season is already looking like a nightmare. As soon as the game launches in July, we'll be back with lots of content, so make sure you subscribe for that. As we mentioned, Villa have everything to play for, so in a cheaper bracket, Watkins for 7.3 mil is one to potentially return to. His underlying numbers have been very good recently, 0.8 XGI last match, 0.72 XGI in Gameweek 36 and 0.52 in Gameweek 35. This might be the game he comes good again. Just quickly on Haaland, the FPL review algorithm factors in predicted minutes every week. Haaland's a very hard one to call with the league wrapped up, but Pep may want to use him to sustain some rhythm. With 51 predicted minutes on average, he's got 3.8 points here. In that Palace vs Forest fixture, Edouard and Awani sneak in the projections and both good cheap punts to look at, perhaps as an Isak replacement if you still got him. It goes without saying that Gameweek 38 is wildly unpredictable, there's going to be a lot of unexpected rotation, managers will be given fringe players opportunity. It's easy to forget that many players train all year round and never get a minute on the pitch, which is what it's all for, so make sure your benches are in the right order and if possible wait for last minute news. Have a few plans in place in advance though. If A is benched, then buy B. If C is benched, buy D, etc. That wraps up the final Who to Buy video. It'll be a quiet summer on the channel, but in about 6 weeks the game reopens and we'll be back for a big pre-season, so make sure you're subscribed. Tomorrow's the final upload, which will be the experts.